Do you need a new outfit to wear and have extra t-shirts lying around? Well, this is the video for you. My name's Somethingflava, and today I'm gonna show you how to transform your old boring t-shirt into a really cute ruched skirt with crop top matching set. So if you'd like to learn this magic, just keep on watching.
Somethingflava.
Okay, so this project only required 2 t-shirts, and I did tie-dye them in a previous video, so if you'd like to check that out, I will leave the link above and below in the description. To start things off, we're going to cut the top portion off of our shirt and use the bottom portion to start making our skirt. And I used a dress that I already liked the fit of as a pattern to cut out my skirt. I made sure to leave some seam allowance, and then I cut my new side seams. Flip the skirt right sides facing and sew down the 2 sides with a zigzag stitch. With the new side seams sewn up, we're going to work on our waistband. So for the elastic measurement, just wrap it around your waist as tight or as loose as you would like. Just make sure there's enough room to slide it over your booty. And then we're going to divide the elastic into 4 equal sections. So fold the elastic in half and then mark a pin at that halfway point. Then pretend like the elastic is already attached at the one end and fold it in half the other way and pin up those 2 other sides. And this is finding our new front and back midpoint and our 2 new sides. And now the elastic is divided into 4 equal sections. We have 1, 2, 3, and once that's attached, that will be 4. And then take the skirt and we're going to divide the waistband into 4 equal sections just like we did with the elastic band. So fold the skirt in half to find your new front and back midpoints and put pins to mark them. And now we divided it into our 4 equal sections, the 2 side seams, and then the front and back midpoints. Then when attaching the elastic to the fabric, we're going to stretch it while we sew to match up all of our pins. So just match up the pins to each other where they need to be, and don't worry about the skirt being ruffled right now because when we sew it, we're going to stretch it and that's going to make it lay flat. Once the pins are matched up going all around the skirt, sew all the way around with the zigzag stitch and stretch the elastic while you are sewing so that it lays flat to the fabric. Once the elastic is attached, fold the band over on the wrong side and we're going to sew a straight stitch all the way around. And while we're sewing, just make sure you stretch the elastic again so that the straight stitch doesn't break when it does stretch. And this is what our little skirt is looking like with our little waistband, very beautiful and pretty. And now we're going to let our skirt get some beauty rest and start working on making our crop top. I'm taking my second tie-dyed t-shirt and drawing a straight line and cutting off that crooked bottom. I don't know why they thought they could even sell this shirt. Like, that side seam was crooked as hell. But anyways, just get rid of that and take a crop top that already fits you good. Trace out the new side seams, leaving some seam allowance. And then fold in the sleeves so you can see the arm seam and trace out a new armhole. That's the most important part of this whole thing, is making sure you have a good armhole. Then just cut. I really quickly cut out the front and back necklines and then started to work on my sleeves. If you don't want anybody to know that you made this out of a t-shirt, definitely cut new sleeves. And the easiest way is to slide the sleeve underneath the arm seam that you cut out so you can trace out the exact match. And then grab the crop top that you used as the pattern and trace out those sleeves. Then just cut along the markings, and with these sleeves, now nobody is going to know that this was a t-shirt. Now we have all of our pieces cut out for a basic crop top, and we're going to start attaching everything. So take your front and back pieces and place them right sides facing together and sew the two shoulders with zigzag stitches. Then I wanted a V-neck as my neckline, so I drew a straight line down the middle and then connected the two edges with my ruler. Hem the neckline by folding it over on the wrong side and pinning, and then do the same exact thing for the back. Then sew along the edges with a straight stitch, and for the V-neck we're going to start at the middle and then sew out towards the shoulders, and that way we're going to get a sharper V instead of a loosey-goosey U. Once she's all hemmed, we're going to attach our sleeves. So open her up and attach the sleeves right sides facing right sides. Make sure to match up the middle and end points really good. Pin them down and then sew both sleeves with zigzag stitches. Then taking the crop top, we're going to put it right sides facing together, line up the two side seams, and sew zigzag stitches going down the two sides, making sure to close up underneath the armpits. And lastly and finally, all we have to do is just hem the bottom and the two sleeves of our crop top, and then it will be finished. And at this point, we know that I really don't like to hem, so this would be a perfect time to do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. It's completely free, it helps me out a lot, and I will love you forever. And now comes the fun and exciting part where we actually get to start working on our ruching. So I started off by measuring how long my crop top was to see how long I needed to make my channel. So I took the leftover fabric from that crooked t-shirt and I cut a 2.5 inch wide channel. Then I hemmed completely around the entire channel and sewed using a straight stitch. Once the channel is all hemmed, Flip your shirt to the inside and place the channel directly in the middle. Line it up nicely, and then we're going to sew a straight stitch down the two sides and directly down the middle. This is going to attach the channel to the shirt and then allow for us to pull our string up the one side and down the other. And the best advice I could give at this part is just make sure that you're not sewing the front and the back of your shirt together. Just keep an eye out for that and sew your lines as straight as you can. And this is what the crop top is looking like with the channel sewn on. And now we're going to work on our skirt. So for our skirt, there's ruching on the both sides. So for this one, we have to make 2 channels. So I took my leftover fabric, and this time I measured 2 2.5 wide channels. Hem the 2 channels and sew with straight stitches. And then we're going to attach the channels to the 2 sides of our skirt the same way we did with our crop top. So place the channel nicely over the side seam and sew straight stitches down the 2 edges and directly down the middle. And then we're going to repeat that on the other side. And again, when you're sewing this part, just be mindful that you're only sewing on the layer you want to, and you're not sewing the skirt shut. And this is what our skirt is looking like with all of the channels sewn on. Lastly, all we have to do now is make our strings. So I took the bottom of my crooked shirt again, like look at that side seam, that's not straight at all. And I drew out 4 strings, the width of my ruler, which is 1.5 inches, and I made it as long as the shirt would allow me. Now that all of our 4 straps are cut out, we're going to take the last one and cut that in half, and we're going to add those 2 halves onto the 2 other strings to make them a bit longer. Right now, we're not going to worry about the 1 string, that's good enough for our crop top, but we're going to take the 2 strings for our skirt, attach it right sides to the other half of the string, and sew it together with a zigzag stitch. So take the strings, fold them in half, right sides facing together. Do that for the 2 strings for the skirt and the string for the crop top, and then sew completely down each string with straight stitches. And then once they're all nice and sewn, I took my loop turner and I just turned all of our strings right sides facing out. finally, to start ruching, just take a paper clip and clip the edge of your string, and then take it inside of the channel and scrunch it all the way up the one side and then down the other. And then just repeat the same thing on the other side of the skirt. Now loop turn the other string for the crop top, and we're going to do the same exact thing. Attach it with the paper clip, scrunch it up the one side, and then back down the other. And boom, here's our final product. I really hope you guys enjoyed this DIY. You know we love a good t-shirt transformation over here on this channel. My dog really wanted to be in this video, so leave him a comment saying hi baby. But as always, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications every time I post, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any DIYs. And thank you guys so much for watching.